Hi.
Thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a lovely day. And I hope you're in a comfortable spot because we're going to be doing a nice guided meditation. Hi, Zara. I'm going to be talking a little bit at the beginning, so feel free to take some notes. And yeah, then we're going to be in a comfortable spot to help you on a guided journey for cleansing your aura. All right, let's start. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria Leonard. I'm a spiritual growth coach, and I'm the founder of a modality called life scripting. Life scripting is about using 4 principles: the breath, the energy, intuition, and words, and working with these 4 in the Akashic records and in higher dimensional fields. It will help you to reach self-mastery. That's the intention ultimately, for you to know what tools to use at what particular time, what particular phase that you're in your life. And a part of this life scripting journey has to do with your aura, understanding your aura, cleansing your space, and cleansing the energy field around you, which is one of the courses in space clearing. I'm going to talk very briefly about what an aura is and what it can look like. There are so many different explanations about it. I'm going to share my most common one that I use, and that is also done on an intuitive level. We see it on an intuitive level, and we work on it on an intuitive level. So you see, you have such a thing called your physical body. You nourish that with your thoughts, with the food you eat, and with the body movements that you have. Around your physical body, there is an energy field, and there are many layers for this energy field. The most common that I work with, and I work on clearing it, and which we're going to do today, is the emotional body, the mental body, the astral, and the etheric. These 4 layers that I'm specifically going to focus on today, and I'm going to describe what each one does, is going to help you to have more alignment with your mind and your body and with your soul. You can reach more clarity. You would be able to feel more joy, more excitement, because you're no longer trapped in an unhealthy energy field. One of the things that I usually tell my clients is, especially the ones who tell me, oh, it's only in the mind, or if I change my mind, things can work. And I disagree with them, because the metaphor that I give is like, imagine that you're a fish in an aquarium and the water is filthy. You can say as much as you want that I'm fine and everything is great, but that water needs to change for you to survive, for you to be healthy, and for you to be okay. So there's not only one aspect that helps you to feel a healthier and more nourishing life. You have other aspects to it. So the water tank, or the water in the aquarium, is what we're working on today, which is our auric field. Our aura is not only made up of what you're thinking on a daily basis. That does hold the majority of the part, but if you believe or don't believe in past lives, but I'm just going to talk about it a little bit, it has an impact from that. So whatever experiences you've had as a soul, and whatever experiences your parents have had and your ancestors have had, is in your auric field. Now, you might think that, but it's 2021, I'm alive, this is my body. How is my aura affected with what my grandfather has done? Well, this is what I want to talk about. You see, whatever your ancestors have felt, have thought, have experienced, is embedded in the energy field of your soul. Whatever you have experienced as a soul in different lifetimes is embedded in your soul. We can call it a cellular memory if you like. We can call it it's your DNA imprint. However, that memory does not go away. And usually when we access our Akashic records, which is an energetic storehouse of all this information, we can identify them, feel them, release them, clear them, bring in new information. So you are basically made up of your personal beliefs, your personal emotions that are like in a spinning effect around you in your auric level. You are made up of what your parents believed, felt, and experienced. You're made up of what your ancestors have believed and experienced. And you're made up of what you have experienced in past lives. And then on a deeper level or on an extended level, what your social realm is like, what your cultural background is like, what your spiritual or religious background is like, and what the human collective has felt. People who go by the word I'm an empath are the ones who are highly, highly, highly sensitive to what's in their auric field. They might not know it from this perspective, but they are being able to feel that waves, that blocks, that circles, that bubbles of energy around their aura. And usually those type of people have a fluctuating kind of emotions. They would be happy one day or in the morning, and then in the afternoon, their energy can dip and go down, or vice versa. Or once they meet someone, they can feel either super energized or go down in. You might think that everyone is like that, but that's not true, because people who have the imprint or the belief and the quality of being an empath, they have somehow opened their energy field, as if like you've opened your house door open the whole time. This is what I tell everyone who comes to me and tells me I'm an empath. And people are coming in and out, and they're feeling uncomfortable. So we are here. If you are an empath, then this is going to be great for you. And if you're not, but you have some level of sensitivity, or you're feeling things that you don't quite understand what's going on, then by clearing your aura, you will be able to get more clarity. And you'll have that alignment in yourself, like I mentioned earlier. So what can be in an aura? Like we said, the emotional body is where all your emotions are stored. So if you have an active anger energy in you, when I say an active anger, that means you can easily be triggered. Anger comes naturally to you. Something happens that you don't like, you can easily flip. Usually the type of people say, I want to go to anger management. That's great. That does help. If it's only working on a mind level, then that's a limited way of healing it. But if the person is going to extract and release it out of their aura, then it's going to help them faster. Also, remember that your aura is influenced by your energy centers, your chakras, which you can see the colors right behind me. You have the red one at the back, the root chakra. Then you have the sacral, orangish color. You have your solar plexus, which is usually a more yellowish, greenish, blue mixed color. Then you have the heart, which is a green. The throat, more blue. And then you go higher up, which you have the forehead and the crown between purple and indigo colors. So when someone says we need to balance your chakras, they're also simultaneously working with your aura. But that doesn't necessarily guarantee that your full aura is being cleansed. Because there is the belief systems, there are the layers, and which layers we're clearing, and which aspects of you, which parts of you are actually being cleared. Like I said, past lives, parents, ancestors, collective of the human consciousness, etc. So what I want you to do, if you have a pen and paper right now, just without thinking too much, just write down what are the most common emotions you usually feel. Just write them down, scribble them down. I'm going to give you a minute. I don't want you to analyze it. I want you to naturally see what comes out. Give yourself a minute. I know that we're streaming this on Facebook as well, but I won't be able to see much of the comments unless I connect into it. But if anyone's done already, you can also type in the chat box, guys, while I'm talking. I'll have a check and I'll reply to them, don't worry. And send me some thumbs up if you feel you're done with the emotions. That's interesting. Is hunger an emotion? No, that's the impact of something. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Amna. Lack. Trying to find where are we being streamed. Now, I want you to go one more layer deep. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so I'm getting words like blessed, anxiety, fear. Fear is considered an emotion. Anxiety, for my definition, is the product of that emotion. You can say anxious. We can say anxious. That's possible. However, from my years of experience, I've noticed that being anxious can come from being angry, sad, afraid, depressed, etc. So see if you have another layer that you can go into it. Fear is a very common one, right? We have a lot of that. So what I was saying is go a layer deep, and I want you to quickly think, mom and dad, what were their most common emotions that you've seen in them, that they've had? Or any caretaker that has brought you up. If a grandparent has brought you up, an uncle or an aunt. I'm thinking about the word that I've received, a giving person. So what emotion would a giving person have? I would say compassion. But I can give the negative side of it as well. The person could have some level of guilt. I'm going to the other extreme, okay? I'm not saying that's what it is, but the person can go to one extreme. I mean, we can go as deep as we want, but why would guilt be a possibility in a giving person? Because they feel if they give, the person will end up loving them. Or they might have done something wrong in this life or other lifetimes, and they are doing their best to compensate it. So let's use for now the positive aspect of it, compassionate, a giving person being compassionate. All right. So we focused on many of your emotions, right? And you might have seen them. And and you've tapped into them, you remember them from mom or dad or your caretaker and yourself. Let's go another layer, which we want to focus on the mental body. So the mental body is where you have your beliefs, your thought forms embedded there. Usually these can be a sentence, they're not a word. Because how a person perceives their reality, how they see life, how they understand life is, this might sound very superficial or limited, but it's basically one thought after the other built up, and it creates a person's life and personality. And what we do throughout our lives, especially in the healing world, we're removing one thought, we're adding another one, we're removing one, we're adding another one, or you reach to a point where you just keep on emptying, and the person suddenly goes into, who am I now? Have you ever had that experience, especially those ones who, there are two types of experiences. One who's done so much healing work or analytical work, and they're like, now who am I? Because they keep on emptying themselves. And others who have the other extreme, who've been so excessively blocked that they're telling themselves, who am I? Because they cannot tap into the thought. They're always like, I don't know, I'm confused, I'm lost, I'm not sure. So you see two different extremes. So give yourself 2 minutes and just write down sentences, statements of what thoughts you think are dominant within you. I mean, if it was that easy, everyone would do it. There won't be therapy work. But let's try and help you cultivate that awareness in yourself, okay? Yeah, that's a good one, Amna. Why would someone do that? That's a statement. And the person can have that thought. That's what you mean, right? It's a thought. And eventually they have the emotion that they're constantly shocked or disappointed. Yes. So thank you for sharing that, because it can also be like a question, what Amna is sharing. Like, why would you do that? Or why would someone do that? Why is life like this? How can this happen? So see what comes up. Just make sentences. Yeah, exactly. Imposter syndrome. Yeah, that's fine. Having grief for someone. Write down that I feel sorry, I feel bad, I feel guilty. So although you're still using feelings here, can you try and tap and say, why would you feel grief? Because you could say, life is unfair. This person doesn't deserve this. This is so difficult. Where is God? You know, try to, if you're going to be writing, guys, with I feel, that's tapping into your emotional body again. And sometimes that's way easier compared to writing the statements. So if you're writing I feel, immediately say, okay, I feel this because I think what? What do you think? Yeah, why things don't work out. I wish I didn't do that. I wish life was like this. That's another common one with the wishes. Great. Let's keep those statements running in. Just write them down. And don't be afraid or ashamed with whatever is coming out. Yep, that's a good one. Why do I feel something? So you're asking it. Continue that sentence. I want something. Why do I want this? Yep. when I say I feel something, because what can I infer from it? What can I get from it? Is that what you're asking? So if you're asking the sentence of I feel something because, see what comes after because. That could be your thought. Okay? For example, I feel stupid because I don't have the right education. So that's my thought. I believe that I don't have the right education. Thus, I'm feeling stupid. Yeah? Yes, exactly. I like that one. I feel a certain emotion because I am something. So your I am can give you that indication of what the thought is. Yes, that's another one. What you're doing can be enough or not enough. By the way, guys, it doesn't have to be all negative. It can also be healthy ones because we do have a mixture of them. Yes, that's a good one. Yes. You can remove the I feel, I am meant. You can just write I am meant for. That would be your sentence. If you're feeling the word blessed, see what other definitions there are for blessed. Is there a feeling of privilege? Is there a feeling of luck? You see, you might not believe in luck, but maybe your grandparents believed in luck. So without you consciously realizing, you can still have that energy and program and imprint in your auric field. All right, so I'm sure you have a list of a few things. That's great what you guys are writing down. This is a great practice that you can, when you're feeling lost or you want to tap into something to help you heal, you can write the emotions and you can write the thoughts. Start with emotions. It's always easier to extract and then go into the thought. Okay, so I feel something because that could be your sentence. And it's never going to end. Let me be straightforward from now. This is not going to end. You will always have something to feel and something to write. That's the way of life. It's not good or bad. The reason why we end up suffering from it is because we're attached to the thought. No thought is good or bad. Although some people might say, well, I don't want to feel this way, or I don't want to be this way. That's our own personal judgment. So with your personal judgment, with the attachment of that thought, you end up then beating yourself up unnecessarily. So let's say you came into the realization of a thought and an emotion, and you're like, why do I have this? I shouldn't have this. I can't believe I have this, and then let's clear it. Let's release it. A month later, it's still there. I can't believe I have this, So there is this sense of extreme level of judgment and extreme level of, I shouldn't have this thought. I should get this out of me. Yes, there are things that we want to clear ourselves so that we can have a gentler journey. We don't need to suffer. But be aware when you're coming into certain awareness and realization, how are you dealing with that awareness? And I'm glad that you're sharing something here. I want to explain that further. Sometimes what you feel and how you react and what you want are not in alignment. I'm going to say it again. What you feel, how you react, and what you want are not the same. Complete difference. This is where there is misalignment within the self. This is where you have been fueled unhealthily with certain energies around you. And we need to extract that, release that. So, the word subconscious, we use it a lot in this line of work. For me, and I know that many teachers agree with this and have seen this, have felt this. For me, the subconscious is not here. The subconscious is every single cell and the energy layers with the energy centers. Energy layers, energy centers. Chakras, aura. That's your subconscious. It's the makeup of all of this. And another thing is, it's the part of you that you're not aware of fully. And to be fully aware of it can be overwhelming sometimes, because it can bring a shock for you to realize, do I have this thought? Do I have this feeling? I can't believe I have it. Remember that. I keep saying this a few times today. I feel guided to say that, but it's also a way for you to be gentle with yourself. Even when we're clearing an aura, as simple as it might sound, there is a purging. This is a purging experience, similar to having a diarrhea experience. Okay, not very pleasant sometimes, but you're like, I'm glad that is out of my system. Another thing I want to tap into and talk about before we do our meditation is having other people's energies mixed with ours. We are all like fish in the ocean. The water is the energy. You cannot go inside a cave in the ocean and say, oh, see, I'm not connected to that water anymore. You're still in the water. And that's how you survive. You cannot stay out of energy. You have to be in the energy. Does that make sense? So when you want to cocoon yourself so you don't get affected by others, remember, energy does not get destroyed. It only gets transformed. The quality, the vibration of it changes. So instead of you continuously working on protecting yourself, I've seen many people, I've had that addiction for a few years, in my early years of understanding energy and being, I wouldn't call myself an empath, because I didn't have that excessive amount of feeling. I didn't allow it. I would have it more mentally, like I would be more clairaudient. So I would hear what's going on. So keeping yourself protected, it's like having a person who is OCD and does not want to leave the house, or wants to keep on cleaning everything around, hoping that a germ or a bacteria will not come in. But it will always come in, because that's the ecosystem. You have to survive with it. What we try to do with the clearing is we want to remove the excessive amount, the accumulated amount. It's like dust. You know, nobody's saying don't clean your house, but there's an accumulation. We want to clear the accumulation, and then on a deeper level, we want to clear why you have actually created that experience, not from a form of judgment, not to tell you why did you create it, blame yourself. So when you are influenced by people's energies, let's say you are sensitive, you pick up a place, a land, a person's energy, and you're like, oh, I don't feel right. I don't feel good. This is not okay. On a baby level, when I say baby level, I mean, you're growing, right? You're becoming more compassionate, more aware, more understanding. On a baby level, your first reactions, maybe you've already passed that stage, many of you, you're like, go away. I don't want to be around you. Cut the cord. I'm sure some of you have done that. I've done it. There's nothing wrong about it, but that's one layer of your evolution. You can't stay there. If you stay there, you're indirectly living in fear. You have to understand the experience, the lesson of it, and say, I don't want you, thank you. I don't need to match with your energy. What am I learning from you? So when we're doing our auric cleaning today, or cleansing our aura, yes, we're going to be cutting cords and attachments. You might feel or remember certain people pop into your head, or you might already have people in your mind that you want to cut cords with. But here is a very important tip. You can cut the cords as much as you like, but if you don't forgive, it's going to come back again. if you truly don't forgive, and sometimes it's really difficult to forgive, okay? We're not saints. It's going to be really difficult to forgive, to accept what has happened and what the person has done to you, and even forgiving yourself for allowing that experience. So please remember, if there's one thing you want to remember from today's call or from today's Zoom, is whenever you want to cut energies, you have to forgive, even if it's an abuser. Yes. And there is so much work on forgiveness in many books, many teachers, many practices that talk about it. No wonder they talk about it a lot, because we haven't mastered it well. So it's easy to say I forgive someone, but that's not what we really mean, right? It's about how you can actually see that person in your mind's eye, maybe, or even in front of you, see their soul, and see what this person has really taught you, and have your healthy boundaries. There is sometimes the misconception, especially in an abusive relationship or in a victim-victimizer relationship. It's abusive, right? Sometimes a person is unaware, and this can be hard to swallow, that they could be addicted to being abused. They're addicted to this form of love. Maybe this is a topic for another time, but let me just tap into it quickly. And since they are addicted to that, but another part of them says, I don't want to experience this. This is painful. I don't want this. So naturally, they will get angry at the person and they'll want to disconnect. And if you tell this person to forgive, they could misunderstand the idea and like, okay, so it's fine then, and they will submit to the abuse again. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about it that you don't have an emotional connection of anger, resentment towards this person. You're like, just stay out of me. Even if you're in front of me, you won't affect me. That's a certain level of mastery that we're all on a journey to achieve. So if you can't achieve it today or next year or the year after, it's okay. But just know that that's where you're aiming at, rather than just cutting and pushing things away from you. And one more thing is, it's impossible for you to have an experience without your consent. Just because you did not sit and write down in your journal that I am okay with being abused, I'm okay with being abused, that wasn't your affirmation list, it doesn't mean that you might not have it somewhere in your background, which is your subconscious, which is in your mental body or in your emotional body, which could be coming from past lives, which could be coming from parents, ancestors, etc. Nothing happens to you. Everything is happening for you. So if we have that intention, I mean, think about it. If this has been some kind of new information for you, just think about it. See, how does it make you feel? You don't have to agree with me, but see, does that really, would it bring you any level of comfort? And would it be okay to pass that stage? And remember, this isn't going to happen always like that. Because when someone has harmed you, consciously or unconsciously, they have taken a piece of you away. And when you want to get your complete healing done, you need to first take your energy back. And that's what we're going to do today. With our auric cleaning today, when we're cutting cords, we're also going to retrieve parts of our energy back with anyone who's ever harmed you. That is why, because if you're really happy, blissful, enjoying life, you wouldn't care about the past. Not that you would be ignorant, doesn't mean that you will be someone who wouldn't have empathy. You'd be like, I found myself, I'm whole again. A part of us that gets angry about this is because we still feel like a victim. A part of us has been lost, and like years have been lost, time has been lost, parts of me have been lost, possessions might have been lost. There's so many layers of it. And no one level of forgiveness is the same for anybody else. You can't tell to forgive someone who's taken away your pen to someone who's taken away your house. That's not the same level. That's not the same level of karma to begin with. So we are not comparing what you personally have gone through with anybody else. I hope this makes some sense because it will help with your clearing today. Any questions before we start? I need you to sit fully comfortably, spine straight for this one. Okay, spine straight. You can cross your legs if you like. Great question. Can you change karma by forgiving? 110%. Yes. I think that would be my next webinar to talk about because I think that would need an hour for us to talk. Okay, thank you, Meher. I'll take notes of that. Can you change karma by forgiving? Taking notes. Okay. So let's go. Your job is to listen, feel, and observe what's going on. We're going to go to the highest. Don't lie down, sit up straight. Yeah, because I want you to be more alert. Lying down is going to take, maybe you will fall asleep. And I want you to be very alert for this. I'm going to be taking you into the highest level of existence. Some people call it 12th dimension. Some people call it God. Some people call it seventh plane. Whatever you wish to call it, just I'm going to say the highest level of existence. Okay, let's go. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Bring your awareness to your heart. Now I want you to feel a golden light shining out of your heart. It's opening up your heart. Growing bigger. Covering every cell of your body. Going beyond your body. And covering all your energy field, your aura. You're now in a golden ball of light. And you will start floating in this golden ball, leaving the room that you're in. Leaving the city that you're in. Leaving planet Earth. Becoming lighter, relaxed. Passing through different layers of the dimensions of existence. And until you reach to a white, sparkling light, the highest level of existence. Connecting to the purest energy. And now in that space, we're first going to start to clear all your layers with pure golden light, starting from the left side of your body, from your highest crown to the bottom of your feet. Just like waves of energy of pure golden light, unblocking, transforming all the energies to golden light. Bringing the energy now towards the middle part of your body. Sweeping the energy from the top of your highest crown to the bottom of your feet. Now moving towards the right side of your body, sweeping it with pure golden light. We're now going to work on your emotional, energetic body and deactivate any harmful emotions that you have. Addictive, harmful emotions. Completely deactivating them, clearing them. Some you already know what they are, some might be hidden, might reveal itself. We're now moving towards your mental body. Deactivating and clearing all the harmful thoughts that you're ready to release. Now, any harmful thoughts or emotions that are implanted in you through your parents is now being completely extracted, released from your auric field and sent to God's light. You might know what those thoughts are, or you might not. Just put the intention to let them be released completely and fully, as much as you can handle. Now, any emotions or thoughts that have been implanted that are harmful for you from your ancestors is now being fully extracted and released and sent to God's and the Creator's light. Any implants of thoughts, emotions that are harmful for you that you've absorbed from cultural, spiritual, religious, or human collective background is now being fully extracted and released. Sending it to God's light to be transformed into purity. Now, any thoughts, emotions of implants that you've absorbed from past lives that are harmful for you, you're now ready to release it, sending it to God's light, turning them into pure energy. Now, any cords that you still have from people in your current life or past lives that are harmful for you, that have taken up space, we're now cutting them and releasing them into God's light. These cords can be anywhere on your energy points, chakras, or on different organs, different parts of the body. You just have to allow. We're now going to plant in your energy field the energy of forgiveness, love, and joy, filling up every cell of your body and filling up all your energy field with the thought, feeling, and reality of forgiveness, love, and joy. These are like drops of energy going into your aura, mixing with your aura's field. And we're also activating abundance, inner peace, clarity. And finally, we're going to get all the pieces of your energy back that you've given away in this life or other lifetimes. Parts of your soul, parts of your energy. We're bringing it all back, fully cleansed, purified, allowing you to be whole and complete now. You might see where they're coming from which people, which places, or you might not. But it's all coming back fully cleansed and purified. We're now creating a golden sphere of protection around you. This will stay as long as you wish. It's under your consent. And gently bringing you with your sphere of protection back into Mother Earth. Going deep, deep inside the heart of Mother Earth. Anchoring your roots. You're now fully anchored, stabilized. Take 3 deep breaths and open your eyes. Welcome back. This is going to be posted on YouTube later on. It's also on Illuminations Facebook page. So you can re-listen to it as many times as you like, and you can enjoy it. Okay, thank you so much for joining. So much yawning, releasing, that's very common. If you want to learn this, join my space clearing course next month, 25th. The guys at Illuminations can help you out with any early bird offers. We still have a few left, so go ahead with that. You will learn how to clear and even much more different forms of hooks and implants. You can learn it online. That's the good news. The space clearing course can happen online and on site. And plus, you're also learning how to clear your space because, like we said, it's like an aquarium. We wanted to keep the energy around us clean. Not afraid, but clean, right? Wow, I didn't see everyone who's joined, but I'm now seeing names and you guys are making me so happy, boosting my ego. So any questions? Remember to follow also Illuminations JLT page on Instagram. You'll see updates of all the teachers that are there, me included. And you can also follow me on Instagram as I'm Maria Leonard. You'll get updates as well. Let's see, there's a question here. Okay, so the question is, can we see our own aura and what needs work? 100%. That is an intuitive ability that you can develop by accessing Akashic records and the higher self. So we activate that ability in you. So for example, in life scripting level 1, that's one of the things that I activate. And some of you who are here, you've studied that, you know, when we activate healer's abilities, your own powers abilities, that's one of your innate gifts. You know, seeing your aura is not only limited to certain people. Just like you can see your own body, you have the gift of being able to see that. It's just you need to develop that frequency, that trust, simultaneously releasing certain fears, because sometimes people are afraid to see what's there. It's like checking what's in your garbage. Sometimes people don't check their garbage. Think about it. When you've thrown stuff in the garbage, you don't want to check every time when you're going to throw it away. You're like, oh, you know, close it and you just get it out of the house. So it's the same thing in a way. So definitely you can do that. Unless there is diamond there. Oh my God, who would throw that? But yeah, true. So you can check that out. You can check if you want to, you can get a healing for it, or you can learn to do it by yourself. Wow, another interesting question. Do our parents pass us their energy feelings at the moment of incarnation on Earth, or is it ongoing? Very powerful question. They do pass on their energy when they're born and when we're born, and it can be ongoing. Why? Very simple. You have a thread connected to them. Usually when I am cutting or releasing those implants from parents, like what we did today in a way, people freak out. They're like, I don't want to get rid of my parents' energy in me. Sometimes people can have a very strong hidden loyalty to feel their parents' pain and their good stuff. I mean, we're talking about now the unhealthy stuff a bit, right? If someone has good energy, we want to get that. No one would say no. But they can pass it on. It's in your DNA, your physical DNA, and as I say, your energetic DNA. So you could have that programming ongoing. You can cut, another one comes back in. There is this misconception about cutting energies or cutting cords. You can always create them again. You know, when people tell me, that's it? It's gone forever? It won't come back again? Yes, it won't come back if you don't want it to come back and if you don't have a lesson to have it again. That's the long answer, but that's the truth. So I hope this answers your question. All right. Anything else? Great. Okay. So big love to you all. And I hope to see you soon in the space clearing course next month. I purposely did it next month and not this month because it still feels like a holiday season. Next month, that can really help you. It's a one-day thing. It's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on a Friday. Is it a Friday? No, it's a Saturday, this one. This one is a Saturday for the first time. We changed it to have a different experience. Just looking at my calendar. Yeah, it's a Saturday. This would really help with so many things and it will keep you aligned. So yeah, let me know. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.